Hello everyone, it's your watchful guardian and protector Fanta here, and you're watching FANTAVISION. I don't know why I felt like saying that. I've been watching too many videos about Warhammer 40k. So, today we're discussing how Nintendo had a massive data breach and over 160,000 Nintendo accounts have been accessed, and lots of people have had their credit cards stolen, lots of people have had their PayPals been used. Lots of people are having their accounts used to buy V-Bucks, which is the strangest thing in the world to me, but I'm assuming that people are loading their Fortnite account underneath your Nintendo ID, buying all these Fortnite V-Bucks to their account, and then removing it. Now, I have not heard of a data breach this big in a long time since the giant Sony PS3 DDoS that happened many, many years ago, where people couldn't even use PSN for a very long time. I don't remember how long that was, but I wanted to bring this to your attention just because your account could be compromised. You should definitely check any credit card statements. You should check any debit card statements, check your bank, check your PayPal, check all these different things, and also go to Nintendo.com, change your password. I believe if your account has been affected, they are changing your password right away and they're freezing accounts. But even if your account has not been affected, that does not mean that they don't have your password and your login info. It just means that your account has not been accessed yet. So, to walk you through this real quick, here is how to set up your two-factor authentication. So you basically go to the Nintendo website, you sign into your account. Now, I would recommend before even adding this two-factor authentication, change your password. Just because, why not be safe? Go through that process, then go to the security settings tab, click there, then there'll be the two-factor authentication area, click edit, then go into there, download on your phone, whether you've got an Android or an iPhone, go to the respective store, get the authenticator, I believe it's the Google Authenticator either way, and then just scan the QR code on your screen and put in the 6 digits that it shows for your account. Now, while I was doing this, I experienced quite a bit of issues. I didn't think I had the email attached to my account that I thought I did. If you're trying to sign in with just your Nintendo ID, I guess you have to sign up with a Nintendo account now because it's different. Nintendo ID is this old thing. They made it one of the most convoluted and confusing things ever, but I just kind of want to tell you my problems and experiences I had and how I worked it out. So I found out the email was different from the one I was using because I'd saved all my account info on one of my browsers. Went in there, found out which one it was because it was still sending it to the other email because that's what my Nintendo ID account was. So even though one email was attached to Nintendo ID, another was the Nintendo account itself. And the Nintendo account is what you need to get into. You can link your Nintendo ID to your Nintendo account. Do you see how confusing this is, Nintendo? Stop doing this kind of stuff. Why do you have two main accounts that you have to have? I'm glad there's only one now, but the fact that they had to morph them into one just made it a pain in the ass. Also, when adding my two-factor authentication, for some reason, this is the only account I've ever had issues with. If you get an error where it's telling you the code you're putting in is not correct, there's other things you can do. You can go to your settings. You can sync your time in your Google Authenticator to your current time because I guess it gets out of sync. That didn't work for me, so I then had to add it again. That didn't work. I deleted both, backed all the way out to the main account page, went back to edit, re-added the authenticator again, and then it worked. And this took about 20 minutes. So if it doesn't work at first, try again because you might have to. I don't know what's going on over there. It might be the number of people that are adding the authenticator to their account. I'm not quite sure at this point. But on other news, Nintendo Switches are being more available in places. That's great. Now, I'm not talking about the regular Nintendo Switch, unfortunately. I'm talking about the Switch Lite. I'm seeing the Switch Lite pop up everywhere. I have seen the regular one as well, but it was very quick. It was gone just like that because, of course, like I mentioned in my video about the bots, there are bots that are just buying these things up. And It's so funny. I want to make a quick comment about the number of people that were pissed off at me in the comments for telling people not to buy things above retail and that they can spend money on whatever they want. Yeah, go for it. If you want to be dumb and spend $450 to $500 on a console that is worth $300, go for it. You know, do whatever you want with your money. But I still recommend either getting a Switch Lite for now because those are more readily available. They're only $200. A lot of people are unemployed right now, so I feel like dropping $450 is not a good idea, and you could be unemployed at any point. You never know. I recently took a pay cut out of nowhere, you know? So in this uncertain time, I recommend you save your money for more important things and buy the cheaper option, or if you can get your hands on the regular Switch model, go for it, but at MSRP, because you're just going to keep driving the secondary market. I'm going to keep saying that it's stupid to drive that because the people buying it are the ones that are driving the price up. A place I don't know that I can recommend you buy these systems from is GameStop because they're doing their usual GameStop shenanigans. Take a look at the bundles they're selling before you buy it because sometimes they just throw crap in there you don't need, or they throw in a product that is way overpriced than it should be just to drive up the amount of money they're getting for the bundle. That's what like GameStop 101 is. Whenever there's a product with limited inventory, they don't want to just sell the product. And this, I mean, it's smart, but it's kind of crappy because they're the only store that does this. They want to get the number of items per transaction as high as possible. I've talked about it so many different times and their goals and everything like that. And they've been doing that with the Nintendo Switch. They've been bundling it with screen protectors, which honestly you do need, so that's not fun. That's not too bad. Games, usually it's Animal Crossing, so again, not too bad. Cases and controllers and whatever else they can throw in. Now, like I said, a lot of these bundles, they're not bad, but look into the bundle before you buy it because there's usually multiple. They did this for not only the Nintendo Switch right now, they did this for the NES Classic, they did this for the Super Nintendo Classic. They've done this with every single thing that's been limited. And I'm not surprised it's happening again. I remember seeing it all the time when I was working there. I believe the PlayStation 4, when it first launched, had the same sort of thing. But yeah, just look into what you're buying before you buy it, because they could be packaging it with some third-party controller that you're never going to want to use because a lot of them are garbage. Looking out for you all. Hope you're all staying safe. I'll do the announcements after the fade out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Of course, like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And go secure all of your accounts and everything. Literally everything you have should be having that two-factor authentication. Have a fantastic day. See you guys. Alright. If you're here after the fade out, thank you. This is the channel update portion of the video, as always. I'm going to be streaming a lot more because I've got a wired Ethernet connection. I've found that I have not been having nearly as many streaming issues with that, so that's great. I'm going to be streaming on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then some random days during the weekend. I don't quite know that schedule yet, but I'm trying to stick to that Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for sure for streams. And yeah, so I hope to see you all there. I'll be doing most of my streams on Twitch. Some of them I'll be doing dual streams on both platforms, but most of my streams will be over on Twitch just because I want to keep streaming and videos separate. I've always been wanting that sort of thing just because they're two different audiences. And I know when I was subscribed to, well, I am still subscribed to Angry Joe, but he used to do a ton of live streams, and Film Cow does a ton of live streams, and I'm like, I don't want to watch your live streams. I've got other people that I watch, like, you know, I've got other people that I watch, and I watch them for their videos. So if you watch my channel for just the videos, I'm trying to keep it more separate. But I don't know. I'm still deciding what I want to do. Also, the podcast will be going up early for patrons. I'll be working on that this weekend. So all of that is on track, and I'm finally keeping up with everything.